Welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Thank you, as always, for coming in.
Good to be here.
Good to see you. All right, let's take a look at today's financial question. How can I teach my kids about credit cards before they go off to college and what to watch out for with all the free offers that the students get? That is a worry for all parents, for sure.
Yeah, I imagine that that's a major concern. What we want to remember, though, is a few years ago, the Credit Card Accountability and Responsibility Disclosure Act, was passed, and it limits what credit cards can do to entice students. They can't give them free gifts. They can't offer anybody a pre-approved card that's under age 21. They have to have parental consent from the parent if they are. Now, if they're of age, they can do what they want. But that was passed to protect kids from signing up for all these different T-shirts and different cards that gets them in trouble.
Water bottles and beach towels all over campus. They say, just come over here, we'll give you this and give you the card, and the next thing you know, they're in trouble. So what next? Also,
they passed an act called the Card Act that limits, or it basically says that if a credit card company is using a university or a school to sponsor the credit card, they have to disclose how much they're paying back to the school in fees. So there was a lot of things going on that weren't really conducive for a good environment for a brand new student, and everybody was signing up and they were getting in trouble. So there's 4 common mistakes that we want to address that kids get into when they have a credit card that goes unchecked. Number 1, they get too many cards. They'll sign up for 2 or 3 cards, and then the next thing you know, what happens? They've maxed them out.
They've maxed them out. They've got 2 or 3 payments, and they think, well, I haven't put anything on this card for a long time. I'll just use this one. The next thing you know, they're all maxed out.
That's right. They don't track their spending. They even forget to pay the bill. They're studying. They're staying up late. We hope they're studying. They've got all their activities. They've got all these functions at school. They got everything going on, and they just plain forget to pay the bill.
Not good.
And then they take that attitude, you know what, I'll charge it. I'll take care of that later. Let's go ahead and go out to eat. Let's go do our thing, and then I'll worry about it later.
They go through the drive-thru,
That gets them in trouble. So those things need to be avoided. And so how do we do that? Well, I'm not real big on giving a kid a credit card without some limitations. So my advice would be, if you're going to provide some type of a card for an emergency card for your kid going off to college, what I would do, I'd use a local bank.
Right.
I'd go to your local bank and say, I'd like to have a $1,000 limit on a card. And then what I think you should do is have the address, your home address. So now mom and dad are going to be on that card with you. That's what I would do. And have it mailed to your home address. And each month, the parent, by phone, text, however we're going to communicate with these kids that are off doing the college thing, every month we got to go over that bill. And every month that credit card's got to be paid in full. And so that is what's going to help curtail this potential problem. Irresponsibility with a credit card can create some huge problems, not only for the child, but possibly for the parent if they are on the card with them and it doesn't go unchecked.
It can lead to a lifetime of misery, but a lot of people say just don't get your kid a credit card, but there are reasons that they really kind of do maybe need one, because there are sometimes holes put on a debit card where you can't get money later if you need it.
Predetermined expenditures, gas, food, clothing, anything else, call mom or call dad. You know, if you predetermine, here's your card, but we're going to limit what you can put on that. Now, if you're going out to eat too much, if you're going out and partying too much, or if you're doing too many things that aren't associated with school or with just what your necessities are, that, you know, that's what you want to curtail. So, you know, the parents need to step up to the plate and kind of manage this in order to keep it under control.